Welcome to the Money Adjustment. I'm your host, Dr. Mark Kramer, DC. I am a chiropractor who loves investing and trading. Are you interested in what's moving markets and your money? Great. Too. Let's get started. Dear friend, today is going to be improv. You never know when inspiration's going to strike. And I had about 20 minutes. I shouldn't say I had. At this moment in time, I have 19 minutes before I get on my weekly real estate mentorship call with Cardone Ventures. I think it's Cardone Ventures. He's got so many companies. I don't know if it's his real estate company or his whatever. I can edit that later. I have 18 minutes now before I get on my weekly real estate mentorship call. And I asked myself, would I rather write or would I rather record? And that voice inside of you that whispers ever so softly said, record. So here I am recording. If this gets posted, if I publish this, which you're listening, if you're listening, you are listening. If you're listening, it got published. And this will be episode 22 of the Money Adjustment Podcast. So it's either going to be a bonus episode to the 21 that I committed to, or it's going to be the next of what could be a whole series of videos. I feel like it's going to be the latter, but I don't want to put the pressure on myself or you as the listener. I'm not sure yet what I'm trying to do with this podcast. I haven't been from its onset. That's kind of almost my thing at this point. So I do have guests lined up. I do have people that I'm going to be interviewing, that I am going to be interviewing. I'm trying to get over this gonna thing. I've noticed when I caption my videos, it says gonna and wanna. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, I have to say going to and want to instead of gonna, wanna. So we'll see. If I do it right, it'll show up in CapCut. So I'm going to get feedback. Grateful for AI. I actually had a conversation with a doctor that I work with, and we had a conversation about we had a conversation about using artificial intelligence. And he, oddly enough, we didn't talk about how we would use it with work, but we talked about it, how we like to use it to be creative. And so he's musically oriented. He's a musician and he writes music and creates music. And he's got a YouTube channel, which I would happily promote for him. I'm still working out on how to get things set up where to make it easier for you, the viewer and the listener, to engage with my content. I know I don't make it very easy to engage with me, but part of that right now is because my time is very demanding. And I hope that this podcast gets to a point where I can bring somebody on to help me. And then I can have somebody work on the editing and the website building. Although I do have a website that's for now a standard one and it's decent. So more I need help with editing and the post stuff that would make getting more of these out easier to do. But I'm not there yet. For now, I'm still managing everything myself, which is why I can't commit to doing these other than regularly and to continue to do them. And yeah, we're going to see. I don't want to overextend this, but at this point, I'm enjoying it. So as long as I continue to enjoy it and it doesn't wreck me financially to continue to sponsor it, in terms of there's costs associated with getting it out into publishing it, and there's costs associated with recording it and doing it on the studio. So this is like a plug for Riverside. That's the application that I use to do these. Yeah, there's a lot behind the scenes, which is cool. It's fun for now. And as long as it continues to be fun, I'm going to continue to do it. And I think I sidetracked from this conversation I had with my colleague, a medical doctor, and I'm a chiropractor and he's a medical doctor, and we've worked together for well over a decade and a half now. So the professions can get along. I don't know how relevant that is in 2025. When I was getting out of school in 2004, I graduated from chiropractic school. When I graduated, it wasn't it wasn't even as bad then, because this was in the, like I said, early 2000s. But before that, the history with chiropractors and medical doctors is deep, and it's deep and tense. And but that's man, that is a huge digression. My main reason for even sharing the story is my colleague and I were discussing how to use AI for our creative endeavors. And he said, if you're a musician, he's a musician, he said, don't you lose value of the creativity by just delegating it to artificial intelligence to do it for you? And that statement in and of itself is true. But I told him that I consider myself a writer. I don't, these videos are fine. I feel like I have to do them to create a certain type of different content, but I'm most like in my zone when I'm just by myself and I'm writing. And the way I've been using artificial intelligence recently to help me with my creative writing, because I am a do utilization review for work comp cases. So I have a medical technical writing that I have to do. And I also have this creative side that wants to do these podcasts and wants to do articles and wants to share on social media. And my most consistent and popular thing that I do are the good morning posts that I do in the morning. They still get thousands and thousands of views every single week, and thousands of likes collectively over the weeks. I do them still personally. That's another thing at some point I would like to delegate, but I still do them. I curate what images I pick for the Good Morning Post. I try to add something. Well, I do the post. I try to comment to the first people that reply to me, and I generally comment to everybody eventually. It's just that in the morning, I only have so much time I can say good morning before I actually have to get about my day. So I think people probably get that, and it's something that I enjoy doing, and it's the thing that I do consistently do. So if you're seeing those or commenting or reply, that is me commenting back to you and replying back to you, and very appreciative of you, because right now, in terms of social media, that good morning post is the only thing that people know from me. And I don't even think they necessarily know me for it. Maybe some people do, but I think I'm digressing into something that has to do with me trying to get my content more consistent, because I don't think people know what to do with me yet. And that's totally my fault, actually, because I don't yet know what I'm doing with the content that I'm putting out for social media. So if you're following me, you're basically following me figuring it out. And that's been consistent since I posted figuring it out, or I put that as my bio when Threads started in July 5th of 2023. And I kind of blame Threads for a lot of this because I was about to give up on social media. I just didn't care about it anymore. It's not really relative to what I do professionally. I'm not directly affected by it, so it's not something that I have to do. But there's a side of me that likes to do it, and I want to engage. So there's that component of it. Yeah. Wow, that's a digression. I'm actually gonna that one caused me to lose my train of thought a little bit. So this will either be edited out, or you're going to get to really see the raw me. We're about 9 minutes in. I do have to get on a call after this. So like this conversation, this particular episode of the Money Adjustment Podcast, episode 22, is basically raw, live in real time. It's not live in the sense that I'm publishing it live and you're watching it live. It's live in the sense that I have about 20 minutes to record this. It's Friday, April 18th, 2025. And I have 20 minutes on this day to produce something. Like I said, I could have wrote an article, or I could have even rested. I put out a lot of content this week, and I engaged a lot this week in real time with people on X, on Spaces. And I had a tweet with Darkside 2030, and I asked him if he would consider being a guest on my podcast. And he replied, absolutely. And in fact, I think I'm going to tag it, not tag it, but I think I'm going to pin it to my profile on X so that it's just, I don't care if he does it or doesn't do it. It was nice of him to even say that he would absolutely do it, but I'm just going to pin it there for fun so that try to make my X relevant because I only have 300 followers on X. I have public figures following me but I don't have many followers in total. I have about 300 followers. So if you're following me on X, then I'm going to try to tie X back in with what I'm doing with the podcast so that if you're actually listening to these podcasts, and I check my analytics, there are listeners. There's not a lot. Nothing I'm ready to share with anybody yet, but there are listeners. And for those listeners, I'm grateful. I want to keep doing this. So let's just make it fun for the people who are listening to me, who are either listening to me because maybe there are people that know that I am interested in investing in trading, the Money Adjustment podcast. And I watch a lot of too much. Don't tell my employer, but I watch a lot of CNBC. So investing in trading just seemed like a fun thing for me to latch onto. I like trading. I like technical analysis. Those are the people that I follow religiously, like on a weekly basis. I watch, and then I watch day traders in the mornings because I just love it. They're working, and in a way, I'm working, and I'm not day trading with them. I've done that. There's the first episode was me doing that, but I like having them just kind of on the background because these are guys working in something I'm interested in picking up a little bit on here and there. But I am also able to still focus on my task at hand. And if I have any particular unique skill set, it is I can diversify my productivity across a lot of different platforms simultaneously. So the only reason I'm not doing this live is because I don't know how to do it. I'm embarrassed to say I just don't know how to do it. So if you're one of those people trying to reach out to me, prove to me that you're listening to the podcast. And when I'm convinced that you're actually listening to the podcast, then maybe we'll have a conversation. Maybe we'll do business together. So that's an aside. But I want to keep this light and flexible. I have 5 minutes now before I get on my real estate call. So I don't know if I finished the story with that with my colleague. I think he was reluctant about using AI and reluctant about questioning the creativity of it and questioning this is actually the important part. What he was questioning was his identity. Because if you identify as a musician, and artificial intelligence threatens your creativity because it can produce, sadly to say, better than what you can even do in a fraction of the time. So hence the daily good morning posts. Those are freshly baked every day by artificial intelligence. It's a prompt that I came up with. I'm Latchkey Kid on, what is it? It's on Discord. It's Midjourney. I'm actually Latchkey Kid on Midjourney. So I'm active there too. Nobody knows. I don't have followers anywhere because that wasn't why I'm doing these things. I'm like a lot of people that are out there. I'm a geek about it. It's just like I'm a technologist. Someone said that. I think it was Dark Side said it. So I'm going to have that pin. Dark Side, if you want to do the podcast with me, I really like the open spaces that I was in the other day. We were talking about bit bonds. I actually did a tweet thread about bit bonds. And I was thinking about doing an article, but I haven't written that article yet. And if I'm still interested in doing that article, I will. Right now, Forbes, I think, has the best article on it. So if you Google Forbes or not Google, I don't know, whatever you're using, if you're not using AI, but if you're still doing Google, Forbes and not Bitcoin, Bit bonds. I'd never heard of it before. And I was on an open spaces the other night. And the only reason I jumped on is because I get a push notification. And if I have 5 or 10 minutes to listen, I do. And when I listen to these people, I get educated on spaces, hence spaces, on spaces that I don't normally explore because I'm doing a lot of other things in my niche. My focus is in certain spaces. But when I just go into open spaces, I get so much knowledge. Hence this real estate mentorship call that I have in 3 minutes. That's again something I do weeklies on Friday. Anyways, if you want to follow me on X, I talked about some stuff on this podcast that you can let me know on X that you engaged with the podcast. I don't care if I don't see anything. That's cool too, because it's just feedback for me. So don't like, subscribe, don't subscribe, follow, don't follow, whatever works for you. If you've heard this, then you're a friend of mine as far as I'm concerned, because I'm speaking from the heart. I'm happy to do these. And I think I'll really get excited about doing more of these. If I feel like I'm getting a sense of engagement from my community and I'm not yet, that's again, my problem. That's my fault, because the content I'm putting out there is not creating that consistent message for people that are really following me. So, and that's because I haven't figured it out for myself. Like I said, I'm figuring it out. So, interested, if anything of what I said in the last 19 minutes was of some interest to you, you know what to do. Thank you all who listened to this particular episode. Dark Side 2030. I'm inviting you to come on the podcast. You can listen to the ones I've done before. I did 21 other ones. That's me. So if you were trying to figure out who I am, go ahead and listen to one. Everybody else, thank you for listening and watching this episode of the Money Adjustment Podcast. I look forward to getting to episode 23. Happy Good Friday. Happy weekend. Bye, all. Thank you for watching this episode of The Money Adjustment. If you want more, like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on X at Mark Kramer. Until the next episode, stay healthy and wealthy.